impeachment proceedings against the IRS commissioner. We'll be taking bets. Hope you're all in. I'm Kennedy. Well, I think my predictions will have a 90 to 95% accuracy rate, and that's me being humble. But let's see what the party panel has to say. What do they see in their tarot cards? Let's welcome Deirdre Bolton, host of Risk and Reward right here on FBN. It's Imus in the Mornings, Bernard McGurk making his maiden voyage. And rounding everything out tonight, it's Michael Malice, author of Dear Reader, one of my favorite books on the old bookshelf. Welcome, party panel.
Hey.
Bernie, high fives all around.
That's what I'm saying.
I love to rub your head and massage it with lotion.
Well, now that you're quite the predictor, yes, it's like a crystal ball, so go ahead.
I did. I made my predictions, baby. What are your predictions? What are your predictions either for Hillary specifically or more generally 2016?
Hillary will, she'll run for president with the husband, Bill Clinton, will be on the ticket. And then in the future, after she's elected, he will have her sort of over-medicate, and something will happen, and he will become the president of the United States once again.
Bernie is also highlighting as a writer for House
That's
of
right.
Cards.
You're predicting murder?
That's exactly. It's the Clintons. Are you kidding me?
He's going to smother her with a pillow until she gets brain clots. I don't know why I'm making
something like that.
That was rather specific of you.
Yeah.
Woo!
Wow.
So, DB,
Yes?
that Sharpie's for you, baby. And
Thank
back
you.
at me. I love it. So, what do you think is going to happen in 2016?
Oh, 2016, I actually think Rubio leads the ticket because I have friends in low places, as Garth Brooks sang. And on predictit.com,
yes,
there's actually spread betting, and they have Rubio. And I believe anyone who is ready to put 15 cents on a candidate's name. But seriously, he seems to be the only one that Dems are actually afraid of because he seems to be able to bridge, right, the establishment, a little bit of the Tea Party.
Yep.
From Florida, you have a lot of bases covered there.
There is a lot, and I know a lot of Republicans who are they won't even mention the name Donald Trump. They're so disgusted at the thought that he could be the nominee. I predict he's going to be the nominee, but they all like Rubio. They think Jeb is finished. What do you think, Mr. Malice?
One, the nominee will be either Rubio or Cruz. Once Carson and Trump implode, they got to pick a politician. Two, that the Republicans are going to keep the Senate in 2016.
Why do you say that? Because I think the opposite.
Because my crystal ball is better than your crystal ball.
Well, speaking of establishment Republican politicians, they are surprised and quite irritated to find out that the Republican base doesn't like career politicians. Take a look at a few hissy fits.
What has happened to our party? What has happened to the conservative movement?
I got a lot of really cool things that I could do other than sit around being miserable, listening to people demonize me and me feeling compelled to demonize them. That is a joke. Elect Trump if you want that.
On our side, you got the number 2 guy tried to kill somebody at 14, and the number 1 guy's high energy and crazy as hell. How am I losing to these people?
I love these bad news bears so much. I want to nurse them all. Is the establishment GOP coming across as a little bit whiny right now? Do you share their frustration, Bernie?
Not at all. In fact, I'm happy with the status quo right now, as it is, that these guys are in the kids' table, if you will. Look, they just elected a comedian down in Guatemala as president. I know that's not representative.
I was just going to say we're aiming for Guatemala.
Well, look, that's how disgusted the people down there are with the established politicians, and we're going through a similar phase. These guys didn't get it done. They're clowns. Donald Trump is. Listen, I like Donald Trump. The establishment politicians, they can go to hell. I mean, the guy's he's out there. He's saying he's definitive. He's strong, and you know he doesn't know exactly what he's going to do. But I like Donald Trump.
So you adore the conservative movement.
No, what?
Totally kidding.
Are you like, you obviously have been confused with somebody else?
Yeah. I just wanted to see a reaction. So why are they doing their best Trump impression? Why are they all acting out right now?
Because crazy people is what principled people sound like to spineless losers who have no integrity. Every time the Republicans have acted crazy, when you elected crazy Ronald Reagan in 1980 and then the crazy Republican Congress in 94, that's the only only time this country has moved to the right politically. So these people who are moderates who have no issues of their own don't understand what it's like to be an actual principled person who thinks Washington is the problem, and that you don't sit down and work out deals, but you throw a monkey wrench into the whole thing and burn it down.
Yeah, so that's what Trump is doing.
Yes.
Trump's got the monkey
And the Trump
wrench.
supporters.
Yeah, and these guys really just want the status quo, and that's what they're defending, although they all claim in these empty platitudes that they're also going to make America great. They're going to change the way things are done in Washington. Is there a snowball?
I'm going to pick up on that whiny thing. Anytime you say these people, right? I'm so tired of these people. Or Bush, I feel like Jeb Bush saying, like, I have other things to do. And you're like, well, really? I think this is pretty much, this should be your focus right now.
Go do it.
I could go skydiving right now. I could be
My
in
dad.
Yeah, I could be skydiving with my dad, who's 91. It would be so much
Or
better.
painting with my brother.
Who's he mad at, though? I mean, is he mad at voters, or is he mad at Ben Carson and Donald Trump?
No, he's mad because he thinks it's due him as someone whose grandfather was a senator, and his father was a president, and his brother was a president.
That's what it's
You know,
like.
it's
Kind
just
of,
like, the only thing he's
That's
doing is
exactly
place
what
in
it
the
is.
It
retirement
does bring
home.
up this, like, at least in Rubio's case, right? He has to be, like, aggressive, but not too aggressive. Somebody said he's like a small mammal that's, like, trying to maneuver while the big dinosaurs, like, crush each
An
other.
otter, a manatee,
There you go. There you go.
a
Hamster.
small alligator,
This love affair.
hamster. I don't even know her.
She's having this love affair with Rubio. I would just say Rubio's got some problems. I mean, look.
What, not showing up to vote
Well,
like a third of the
that's-
time?
that's
Is that
one of
what
the
you
things.
mean?
That's an accomplishment, if you
But
ask
he
me.
says that he hates the Senate. He's not going to
Also,
run for Senate.
on immigration, he caved. I mean, what kind of resolve, what kind of backbone is that on immigration? Also, about his parents, a little known fact, he claimed that they came here during they fled the Castro regime.
Yeah.
They came here for a few years before Castro took over. He's got problems, the young
Well,
lad
I mean, his
does.
parents had great foresight.
What's that?
Yeah, there you go. They had a crystal ball of their own.
Exactly.
On
They knew
Espanol.
what was
Hungarian gypsy.
Romanian.
Oh.
Watch it with the
Romanian.
goulash.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm way
Michael's
more of a
like,
gypsy
"Ooh,
than those hungos.
It's warm in here.
Yeah.
Dial that back, McGurk.
My bad.
What do you expect? I was going to say the L word again, but I'm not going to do that because Rory McIlroy's fans will call for my head on a stake. Coming up, my panel returns. Republicans move to impeach the IRS chief over the Tea Party targeting scandal. Maybe they should just abolish the IRS. There's an idea, fellas. Plus, the Secretary of Defense says we're putting boots on the ground in the fight against ISIS. What could possibly go wrong there? Please stay with me.
What I need is a good defense, 'cause I'm feeling like a criminal.
John Koskinen's going to be singing that in shackles. Welcome back. If you gave the IRS the runaround, do you think they would let you off the hook? The IRS is in the hot seat this week as House Republicans move to impeach IRS Chief John Koskinen over alleged false statements when he testified to Congress about allegations of Tea Party targeting, which the Justice Department didn't think warranted a criminal investigation. Thanks, DOJ. House Oversight and Government Reform Committee Chairman Jason Chaffetz had this to say. Commissioner Koskinen violated the public trust. He failed to comply with a congressionally issued subpoena. Documents were destroyed on his watch, and the public was consistently misled. Impeachment is the appropriate tool to restore public confidence in the IRS and to protect the institutional interests of Congress. Our panel is back. It's Deirdre Bolton, Bernard McGurk, and Michael Malice. Bernie, I will start with you. I will read you a quote from the beloved Charles Krauthammer, who said, "This is not going to end well. Republicans in the Congress have shown that they have no ability to conduct successful investigations of this administration. Everything they have touched has failed or backfired, even Benghazi. What say you, McGurk?"
I say, even though I used to mentor Charles Krauthammer, I have to disagree with him on this. I mean, they should take some kind of action. This guy should be in a cell next to Bernie Madoff. I mean, the arrogance he displayed when he testified, he flat out lied about the emails. He said that they didn't have them, but he ended up, he destroyed like 24,000. I mean, this is like Banana Republic stuff, but his arrogance is what really got on them.
Bernie,
stuck
man,
in
you
my
can't
craw.
put him in a cell next to. I mean, Bernie Madoff, the largest Ponzi scheme in the history of the U.S.
No, that's the Social Security.
He should be Bernie Madoff's girlfriend. That's what he should be.
I don't know. I don't know if it's that bad.
Maybe he'd be the boyfriend.
It also costs a lot of money to impeach
actually-
somebody. I mean, I don't know. I looked back for the Clinton impeachment, it cost $70 million. It cost taxpayers $70 million. I think 13 of which was just Lewinsky earmarked. Do you really want to spend that money?
So just let him off scot-free, or just to do nothing?
I guess what I want is justice. I want to feel that there is justice in this world, and that our government isn't so shady that it's just protecting people as part of its own partisan administration.
Well, that's nice that you feel that, but since the Founding Fathers, that's not been the case. All the Founding Fathers had a vested interest in getting the Constitution passed. This is how government works, and this is the only way government can work. And frankly, I think I'm a little bit offended at attacking our arrogant people, because some people are smarter than others. As one. And there's nothing wrong with pointing out that you're smarter and better than other people.
But what about lying to Congress?
You're not offended at that, right?
I'm not offended at that,
Okay,
because honestly, the problem is that the IRS exists. His job, by its very nature, is oppression and stealing money from honest people. So there's no way to redeem him anyway. If you fire him, there's going to be someone else in his
There's
place.
no law in hell. Is
Well,
basically
go
what you're
ahead.
going
Thank you,
But
Jennifer Bolton.
I'm offended by the abuse of power. I'm offended
But it
that
is
the
abusive
IRS.
by its nature.
I don't have a problem abolishing the IRS. What are you kidding me? Who are
What
you
about
talking
Lois
to?
Lerner
Who do you think I am,
standing up?
Lois Lerner?
Yeah.
Thank you, Deirdre.
No, but I mean, the
thought
fact
you were.
that she
Wait,
stepped out, right? Does that
me, Kennedy.
appease?
Yeah, of course it's good that she's gone, but there
How?
should be
What has that changed?
There should be some criminal
No,
ramifications.
literally,
Without
what
a
has that
doubt.
changed? What has that changed by Lois Lerner leaving? Nothing.
Well,
has
it's
changed.
symbolic. It was like, okay,
So
we
symbolic?
know we made a mistake. She's out.
It had nothing
Symbolic.
changed.
Literally
There's still
nothing has
Tea Party
changed.
groups that have been waiting for 6 years to find out whether or not they get the 501c3 status. I mean, it is ridiculous
No doubt.
right now. And, you know, I think that...
So you agree with me? They should go through, try to impeach this creep.
To
Pardon my
what
language.
end? Literally, what do you imagine being the consequence?
Just throw him out of
joy,
office.
Fine.
But
What's gonna
sometimes
change?
that's what justice is. It's the
please.
satisfaction
Right, of humiliating.
of vengeance.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm going to make a prediction. I don't know, 5 to 10 days from now, he steps down.
Great. Who cares? Nothing will change.
Then abolish the IRS.
Yes,
How
way
do
ahead
you
of
do
you.
that?
Way ahead of you. And what were those 4 departments
But
that
how do you?
Secretary wanted to do?
Oh, oops.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
yeah.
sorry. Can you help me out,
Yeah.
Ron? How do you do it, though?
You're going to have to repeal the constitutional amendment. That's the only way to do it.
Oh, that takes so much work, though. And Minnesota will never do it. The panel returns in just a little while to talk about Rand Paul. Has he finally thrown caution to the wind and gone full libertarian? We have some tape to show you. Bernie's going to love it. Hi, it's good to see me. Woo, way over here now. Students, I'm very glad you're here. Speaking to students in Colorado this week, Rand Paul let loose a rant of liberty. Take a gander.
What I do care is that a guy that did smoke pot at an elite prep school in the Northeast where the police don't roam is still willing to keep laws on the books that disproportionately arrest and incarcerate black and brown poor kids. Is Edward Snowden a hero or a villain? Well, we ought to ask the same question about James Clapper.
He also went after Trump on the issue of eminent domain. So, is Rand unleashing his inner libertarian beast? Let's ask our panel. It's Deirdre Bolton, Bernard McGurk, and Michael Malice. Is it too little, too late for him to be dropping these sweet nothings?
It's really, really sad. I mean, he thought he was going to do the long con. He's going to play conservative, become president, and then become a full libertarian. Now he sees that dream's been taken away. He's going to be a great senator. I mean, he is, leading a wing of increasing libertarianism in the Republican Party. It's very healthy. But I think this is a sign that his campaign is not long for this world.
And does that sadden you?
I don't know. I want Trump, and I want to burn it down, man.
I thought you wanted Hillary.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, on the Democratic side, yes.
You want Hillary to be president?
Yes,
No.
let it fit. Hillary brought us a balanced budget, thanks to her incompetence. She brought us a Republican Congress for the first time in 40 years. That's what the data tells us.
Yeah. Now, you've always said that you're a Rand Republican. So this has to be music to
No,
your
I have
sweet
to,
ears.
on foreign policy, I am all in with Rand Paul, but he comes off like a petulant, whiny child right here. I mean,
More so than John Kasich, Lindsey Graham,
no,
Jeb Bush?
similar. But I mean, Lamar Odom will be back with the Lakers before he ever becomes president of the United States. It's not going to happen.
I just like that he's going from
soon.
marijuana to
Not too
Edward
soon.
I don't think that
Snowden.
is too
Donald
soon.
Trump will be
I really
mayor of
don't.
Mexico City before he's president of the United States. It's not going to happen.
With Lamar Odom as
Yeah, deputy mayor.
as this insurance
I just like that Paul is going from marijuana to Edward Snowden. I mean, he's got
oh.
range. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
He does.
Are you
I mean, he was in Colorado, so it almost sounds like
Yeah. You know?
he gets these college voters very excited. He does,
Yeah.
and he's got chapters in 300 colleges, and he has a fantastic way of cutting to the chase and getting them fired up. But can he get them to vote?
Can he get them to vote? I would say my money is not on Senator Paul. Let's just put it that way.
No, he can't. Just like Bernie Sanders can't get the people who show up at his rallies, who are mostly college kids doing an assignment for a professor that sent them there. They won't vote for
Yeah,
me.
or they're just curious. They're like, let me see what he's going to say.
Well, and also, in terms of numbers, his campaign is one of 6, I think, at this point, who are spending more money than they're taking in, which means you cannot last long in that kind of situation.
No, I did that at Bergdorf's a couple months ago. It was awful and wonderful at the same time. Do you want to talk to a dead family member? Call me now. A researcher in England says that within 50 years, computers will be able to create interactive holograms of deceased relatives that you can interact with. They'll be programmed from the trail of social media they leave behind. So you're not wasting time on Facebook. You're etching your own digital tombstone. I think this is fantastic news. But
What if I want to talk to someone before social media existed?
Ouija board.
Okay.
that's
there
why
we
it's
go.
going to take 50 years. Like, it's 50 years from now because we need the ramping up point. So.
Yeah,
Go to mass. Go to church.
There you
Say
go.
a prayer.
I think the technology should already be here. I mean, we saw the Tupac hologram. There was a company, Hologram USA, that said they're going to put
Or you just
Elvis
get,
on
like-
tour. Why can't they bring my dear departed Grandma Gardy back to life so I can hear her talking about life in the old
This is awful. It's nonsense. It's ghoulish, actually. I mean, in 10 years to be able to talk to somebody, virtually be able to talk to
Like
somebody.
Bernie, he's like, get a
It's
heater and some
creepy.
strong smelling salts, take a
don't-
drink and be done with it.
You don't wanna
Don't
talk to
you hear your grandpa talk about communism and being gassy?
Yeah, exactly right. You're making my point sarcastically. Very well said. You don't even want
Thank
to
you,
talk to
Bernie.
half, the 95% of your family now. I mean, in 10 years, you're
Come
going to talk to
on,
them
where's the
online.
love?
Halloween's
Where's the
3
love,
days
Bernie?
away and you're bashing ghoulishness and creepiness? Come on, man, get with the holiday spirit.
This is horrible.
This is wonderful,
I
isn't it?
swear to you
Yes.
that when I pass, I will haunt all your social media, your Instagram and your Twitter, and I will update your Facebook with wacky status updates like Ronald Reagan died, 3 question marks. Why does water freeze at 32 Fahrenheit, 0 Celsius? It's because of air pressure. What's a living room? All of it will be happening constantly, and you'll remember it's my trolling ghost.
You will be the ultimate undead internet troll.
Yes.
And I actually look forward to having breakfast with you when you're totally uninvited and not living.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
be
it.
there,
I think-
like it or not.
I don't know. I think that this is a wonderful thing, and people save a lot of money on psychics. And now for something so nauseating, you're going to throw something at the TV, and we're here to catch it. Huffington Post recently published an article hoping to ban the word "too," spelled T-O-O, from any description of women because it's sexist. The writer was inspired by a conversation about her hairstyle, which could be too short or too long, which is a microcosm of the harsh double standards our society foists on women, which blah, 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 feminism, blah, blah, blah. Here's a glimpse. It's either, hey, here it is. It's either she's too prude or she's too promiscuous. She's too delicate and girly or she's too aggressive and masculine. She's too dumb or she's too bookish. We should call on both genders to cut the word "too" from their vocabulary when discussing women. Deirdre Bolton, is she the
Yeah, here we
cause
go.
or the symptom of everything that's wrong in the world?
Cause or symptom. I gotta give her points for creativity, right? I never thought of the word T-O-O as being sexist, but it does remind me of what Miss Jennifer Lawrence just said, Bradley Cooper backing her up in GQ about money, equal pay. I mean, listen, it's a hot topic. She's feeding into it. I never really thought of it in those terms. I will say that. I never thought "too," but Bernie?
She is too whiny. Is what I would say. I mean, this, again, another ridiculous story from the Huffington Post, the Side Boob Gazette, as they call it. It's just a ridiculous publication. Look, this cuts both
Bernie's
ways.
got great side boobs.
He's too bald, he's too tall, he's too short, he's too fat. I
Hey.
mean, men suffer from the same exact
She's actually
thing.
saying that's
this
not
writer
true.
says that
Well,
doesn't
she's
happen.
wrong.
She says, here, let me turn to it. She says, oh no, that's the Fourth Amendment. That's Rand Paul. Hum-de-dum-de-dum. She says, in my experience, I rarely hear "too" thrown around about men. You hear someone say he's short, but seldom hear too short.
That's because she's not listening to anyone except running her yapper. But look, let me get serious for a second. What conservatives don't understand is language creep is how people of a tribe communicate to each other. Like it used to be people were Negro, then they were colored, then they were Afro-American, then African-American. People used to be a medical condition retarded, then mentally disabled. This is how people give cues to each other that I'm obedient, I'm part of the in-group, and that way you know if someone is on the level or if someone is someone to be ostracized. That's all that this is.
The J-Law quote I like, sorry, Bernie, just want to bring this in. That I don't think I've ever worked work for a man who spent time contemplating what angle he should use to have his voice heard. It is just heard. So I take your point on language is important after all. I'm just not sure TOO qualifies.
Do we really want to be banning words and censoring things? Are we going backwards? That's essentially what this political correctness, these liberal people want to do. And
But you see,
But isn't this the writer being too literal?
no, I think
And,
that she's just
too
she's
self-congratulatory?
She's trying to be cutting
Does she
edge.
realize the "too" is an adverb? Too?
I can't speak on her. I know she didn't get paid for that article because that speaks to her market value. But I think
And HuffPo,
yeah,
don't touch.
this is her way of hoisting a flag
Yeah.
and trying to be a little heroine for the
No,
the
I actually think it's
authoritarian
just
left.
the press cycle is with her, right? I mean, you
Yes.
had Jennifer Lawrence, you had Bradley Cooper, you had Oprah going on networks talking about Jennifer Lawrence's open essay.
I'm
so I just think
sick
she
of the stupid
just
words
wants a
we
little
can't
sunlight.
use.
But you're not part of that tribe,
I
so
don't
it's
ever
never
want
going
to
to
be part of. I would rather be a loner. I would rather be a lone wolf eating my skin flakes in a cave than be part of their.
We can
I
make
was
that
with you
happen.
until the skin flakes.
Yes. Call Miss Cleo.
skin flakes.
Loaded with protein. Thank you so much, Michael, Bernie, and of course Deirdre. This was. I hope you all hold hands, get a guitar, and sing songs for the next hour by yourselves. It's great. Coming up, celebrity. They're not thanking me.
Thank you.
Welcome, Celebrity Show. Alex Cornicelli.